begins. For ghosts and ghouls with greenish skin. So close your eyes and you will find that you've arrived in Frightenstein. Perhaps the Count will find a way to make his monster work today. For if he solves this monster mania, he can return to Transylvania. So welcome where the sun won't shine, to the castle of Count Frightenstein.
Blah! Good day, hello, welcome to another Frantic Friday, and it happens to be Friday the 13th, where everything can go right. I'm not going to fool anyone out there. Welcome to Frantic Friday, saying hello to everybody there on YouTube and, of course, on Rumble. Hello, people over at Rumble. Glad to see you guys, and just going to say hello to everybody that has shown up so far. Hello to Vince Womack. How's it going, my dude? Greetings and salutations. And to Sci-Fi Mumby. Howdy to you, sir. Glad to see you. Great to be here. Awesome. Thank you very much so far for showing up. And we're going to be introducing our normal panelists. So, in the spirit of Halloween, here we go.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits?
Admiral Teague, how's it going, dude?
I thought it smelled bad on the outside.
Hi.
Good to see you.
How's it going? And we got
hey,
this
Foggy.
time we got Tommy Bird, aka Foggy Bird.
How's everybody doing on this lovely Friday the 13th?
Ooh,
Yes, I'm going to go back and watch some of the movies. I have the box set. I love that series. It's just so good. It's great.
I bought a scratch-off lottery ticket and a win, and I won $13. So I know this is my day. Yes, I'm sharpening up my machete.
Awesome.
By the way, you introduced us as normal guests. Who said we're normal? At least I'm not normal. What's normal? Normal.
I prefer the term recurring.
Yes, yeah.
Recurring, normal.
I'm not normal by any means.
Normally recurring. We can go by that.
By the way, who here else who knows that theme song continues to hum it after he's done doing the introduction? Seriously, I love that show.
Well, so far I've done the introduction, so
I have a technical observation.
Do you?
By the way, I was
never
on
buffers.
TikTok, and that introduction you do before you introduce the panelists, I found it. It was so
Did
cool.
you?
Gene Wilder and somebody else. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, no, that's kind of a famous moment, but it's really close to the end of the movie, and it's sandwiched between like so many classic jokes that honestly, that joke is so funny, but it's calculated to only be funny enough so that you don't die laughing because you've been laughing so hard because moments before that, Madeline Kahn gets pipe laid to her by the monster.
Exactly. It is so funny.
You're just trying not to I had fucking tunnel vision when I saw that movie. I was laughing so hard. You know what I mean? It's like, I was like fucking like graying out from oxygen deprivation in like a plane, like a dive bomber. I was like,
I can't breathe.
It was just random. I wasn't even searching. It just popped up. It's like, what? Oh my God.
Oh, that's because your Amazon assistant listens to everything that plays on your computer.
That's right. So, Admiral Teague, how's your week been?
It was an unusual week. It consisted of 24 standard hour days, but I wasted 11 of them playing this piece of shit game called Starfield. It's very mid. I have no idea where I live. I have to go to my apartment to sleep, but I have no idea where I live. I can't fucking find it. I didn't bother writing it down. Like, there's no map apparently to tell you that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a capture card and start playing. I think I'm going to start playing Mass Effect.
I've never played this series yet, but I heard that the shipbuilding in Starfield's amazing, though.
Oh, and Foggy, Vince Womack wants you to know that that's actually Fetterman. No, actually, he means Young Frankenstein.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an
So,
amazing
yeah.
film.
I understand that reference.
Actually, do you
I
know
know I do
Walmart
too.
sells figures from that movie? It was so cool. I was like, what? Walmart has figures from Young Frankenstein. What the hell?
In fact, I forgot to update my avatar. I meant to put something on. Let me just fix that. Let me see if I can add the appellation edit name. Oh no, you only did. Yeah, no. I was gonna put Speaker of the House.
Ah, there we go. Yeah,
I've got as much claim as anybody else.
You mean Nancy Pelosi?
No, she's hasn't been Speaker of the House in like 3 years. The
Speaker
Speaker of the House,
right?
it was Paul McCartney, but they say he's dead. So yeah.
God,
He died in the 60s, though, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you know what?
Yeah.
There was a guy who got plastic surgery and paid a fee to look just like him. And he was Paul McCartney for about 13, 14 years till another guy got the surgery and paid a reduced fee because, of course, it was worth less. The thing is, that's why McCartney didn't age, because all three guys were about the same age when they bought the license. But, like, the same guys held it for the longest time. So now he's 90, but he looks like he's 60. And maybe because he's probably because he's hanging out the Stones, like, try some of this heroin, Paul.
All I got to say, if decent fiction had a face, it'd be Nancy Pelosi. How's your week been going?
Busy, but figuring stuff out. I'm gonna do with the book. I'm gonna hold the book for a while. We're actually just gonna do individual prints and calendars. I figure we'll make the book next year. You take so much on at once. You're like, oh no. And I got some new TikTok ready. I got the Jason mask and the machete ready to go for later. I'm gonna do the TikToks, and yes, fun times. But
there we go.
Oh, and by the way, if I may reiterate and jump in here,
yes.
And too bad Pop wasn't here. I wish he was. Darn it.
He'll probably show up.
I watched
we'll see Pop
this
He's
week
gonna be a little late.
from season 1, the episode 1 to the end, and I watched one episode, which I'm never touching that again. So I'll go with the bad first. I watched Robin Hood. Or should myself
any show directed by a director who goes with a one-name appellation that says if you don't, that says that you're a racist, low-life clown show if you don't like your show.
I'll break it down. First of all, it opens up with them rapping to the screen. I'm like, okay, it's horrible rap. If anybody listens,
I saw the rap.
Yeah, so bad. It's like mumble rap. I'm not a fan of mumble rap.
Their costumes are like their costumes from The Masked Singer meets K-pop on LSD.
Yeah, exactly.
Not mushrooms. Man-made, very bad LSD.
Yeah.
And it goes into a generic, oh, poor neighborhood thing. One thing I noticed about this neighborhood, though, there was nobody, no white, no Latino, but just all black in the neighborhood. I'm like, what? Do they segregate the neighborhoods in this world? What? It was so dumb. And then all the bad people were all white. Sharing an auto hat. She's white, redhead. And the only thing I noticed they were smart about, when the mother got shot in the first episode, she survives. Right. But it was a person of color in India.
Oh, of course.
They didn't have a white person. That really would have caused issue.
I got a question for you. Is this Robin Hood responsible for taking 125 of the 225 subs that I put on last week in one day? Is this because even though I'm white, is that why I got like 50 of them back? Because even though I'm white, I'm Latino. Robin Hood was like, he's been a little bit oppressed, and then like the other was like, well, he's kind of an oppressor too, and they're like, he's a little bit Jewish and a little bit American Indian. Let's just give it to him. We'll give him back 50. Okay.
Exactly. Don't touch it. Don't touch it with 10-foot pole. Horrible, bad. Oh, I'm embarrassed to watch it. And, he didn't get hate.
Don't miss Disparu. Don't miss Disparu breaking it down. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's garbage. Now, the other part I've seen, and people, you can, like I said, I wish Pop was here. I watched Ahsoka from beginning to end.
Oh, God.
I loved it. I thought it was amazing because why? It's season 5 of Rebels. If anybody ever watched a cartoon Rebels, it's season 5 of Rebels is what it was. If you watch the cartoon Rebels, it's season 5 of Rebels. That's all it is. It's a continuation of the cartoon Rebels, which I loved Rebels. Like you got Chopper. Hera was hot. I'm sorry, Hera, the one who played Hera in the cartoon. I always crushed her in the cartoon.
Elizabeth Winstead is hot.
She's pretty hot as Hera. Green thing.
Here's the thing, though. They broke too many. Go ahead, but finish your point.
They did break some things. They did. I totally admit that they did break some things.
Okay.
But if you follow, there was so many callbacks to Clone Wars, so many callbacks to Rebels. I was like, oh wow, this is awesome. I like the callbacks to Rebels and Clone Wars. I was like, and it ties in. Yes, but I mean, it's not nearly as bad as Kenobi or the last 3 films. They're garbage. Let's be honest. It's all garbage. And even Boba Fett was but I like Ahsoka. I'm sorry. I thought it really was season 5 of Rebels. That's what I thought it is.
Nice.
Sure, it could have been different, but yeah.
The only thing I can say back to that is everybody is right about their opinion, but I honestly, like, I felt like when I tried to watch it, and I never finished one episode, but I started all of them.
Yeah.
And God, I made it like 26 minutes into a couple of them. And one, I was like holding out. I'm like, well, at least this episode focuses on that hot evil chick that I dig, Morgan Elstein. She's pretty cool. And, then she's like, I have done what you asked. And they're like, cool. And like, poof. And she's ugly now. I'm like, well, that was a fucking big letdown. And so, then they're like, hold on, we're going to scream into the air like the Klingons do in TNG while we summon this sword. And like, here's the nothing burger of nothingness and take it. And so, all right. Okay, but
compared to Kenobi, though, that was garbage. Just be honest, Kenobi was garbage.
What about the fact that Admiral Thrawn has thousands of TIE fighters and sent to, and then called himself a genius?
No, he was
building up to what? Failing.
People forget Thrawn, besides Vader, was one of the greatest minds in the entire industry of the Empire.
This is actually true.
He couldn't find a guy on the same planet as him for 10 years. The guy was on the same planet, like yards away.
He's still one of the greatest.
To let go.
He worked with Vader years ago, too.
Wait, his plan to find the guy that he couldn't find on the planet that he was on for 10 years, not bothering to look at the only place on the planet with people that had the snail people, was to capture and then release the most dangerous person now to come to that galaxy, to send her to see the second dangerous most person, so they could be teamed up. They utterly defeat him, and he's like, everything is going as I have planned. And that's, I'm sorry, Foggy, they were contradicting themselves too much.
Oh, I'm not gonna say it was perfect. I'm gonna lie. There's holes, But Thrawn, if you know the lore, Thrawn is one of the greatest minds in the Empire. Like he doesn't. I
know that, but I saw absolutely no evidence that he was even able to make ice without a recipe. That guy was like ice. Let me look at the cookbook.
And I ask you, to the fan base, where is Ahsoka on the level of Jedi? Some people say she's the strongest ever. I think she's in the least top 5. Especially after she died and came back to life.
Far stronger than anybody who's ever bothered to use the Force before, except the kid who grabbed the broom.
Now Rey, that's a totally different story.
She's much better. No, JJ's gone. She's best. Ahsoka is bestester than Rey.
I like Wynn said better than in Sky High, and not because she was 18 years younger back then. I agree.
The thing is, like. No. I was baffled by Mary Elizabeth Winstead more than anyone else because she wore the same stupid, inappropriate outfit throughout the entire show. And it was a really cheaply made costume that tore you right out of the show. And they worked really hard to make sure you couldn't enjoy the fact that she was pretty either. By mistake, you saw she had a nice caboose a couple of times, but that was like, they're like, oh my God, she's got a good figure. Okay, we can nerf that. Let's put some joffers on her. Anything they could to make this woman look terrible. And then, like, in case you were the kind of person that could get past like looks and you like personality, for those of us who do that, they made sure that like every time someone spoke to each other, it would be like, so, and then everyone would look at each other and they exchange smug looks and then smug reactions to the smug look, and then everyone would fold their arms. I've had a thought. And then everyone would look at each other again, and they'd like Mary Elizabeth Winstead like nod her head smugly and uncross her arms and put her hand under her chin. I'm like, yeah, that was some acting. They could not. It was just too watered down. I mean, I understand if you're a Star Wars fan, like we just gave a man in the desert a Ritz cracker and a glass of water, and he's like, it's Dom Perignon and steak, but it's not.
I thought.
Okay.
And
carrying on here because we're.
Yeah, we can talk Ahsoka honestly for the whole the state of Star Wars.
Hera had a great
booty. The whole 2 hours.
They did a booty job.
Great, but they were spiteful. And wait, just my final point on that one. I didn't really make it was where was like the 3 and 4 beautiful costumes that flattered the actress that we had in previous Star Wars? She just looked plain.
Oh, and I did notice the Super Saiyan thing. That made me laugh.
Yeah.
The space.
Okay. On to the stupid news, because that's what we do every show and whatnot. We pick out some of the stupidest news. That
I argue that Ahsoka is stupid news just as entertainment variety.
No, I love it.
This from the Los Angeles Times. According to some people out there, America does not deserve me. Why black people are leaving the United States.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Oh my God.
Can I get a statistic here?
I want a statistic.
Yeah, what's the numbers?
Yeah, exactly. Well, then again, this is coming from a Californian paper, so it kind of makes sense in a way. Didn't I hear this kind of thing like back in the 2016 election or something like that? If Trump gets in, I'm going to be leaving the United States. And Hail Gap, how's it going, my man? Nice that you could drop in. And I just wanted to say yes again. Hi to Randy, trauma warrior, as she scrubs for surgery. I wanted to stop by and say hello.
May I say something quickly about the? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you while I talk about Wendy. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. It's like who do you? What makes you think that America needs to basically give you anything? It sounds like this kind of this whole entitled kind of mentality.
I just want to put something.
God's gift to America or something.
Well, let Teague say it because he's an American. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
I just used the Google machine.
Oh, did you?
The 1990 census counted 30 million people who were identified and checked the box as black, an increase of 4 million from 1980. But it's an increase in our population by 13%. Our population grew by 13% between 1980 and 1990 to about 12%, and they grew to be about 12% of America's population. In the 2010 census, 38.9 million, or 13%, raising to 1% more of the population in the course of that 20 years. So they had gone and matched their growth, if not exceeded it, from the previous 20 years. And in addition, 3.1 million, or 1%, reported as black and combination. So that wasn't counted before. So we technically have from 30 to 42 million black people increase. And let's see what they say about 2020, if that number's in. We just look really quick. 2020, oh my gosh, yes, the percentage went down 0.02%. They're now only 12.7% of Americans, 0.3% of the people who accrued left. Right. Wow, I think 0.3% of any race or any ethnicity has left this country in the last 10 years. I'm not sure.
Well, here's the weird thing. Like, if black people are actually leaving the United States, because I don't exactly put a lot of virility into what Google says, because they manipulate a lot of stats and whatnot.
That's funny because we're talking about. Wait, that's funny because we're talking population, but you mean veracity, and you said virility.
Oh, virility. Veracity.
I had to interrupt you because that was too good.
I know that was kind of funny. Yeah. So, but if they are leaving, where are they going?
I think nobody wants to touch that one.
No, I don't think anybody wants to touch that one. Yeah, exactly. They're probably coming up here. I don't know.
Trudeau brings everybody in, and I don't mind. Exactly. Hey, you whatever. But
they're all moving to Jordan.
5.5% black or African alone. 13.6%.
They've all moved to Jordan
per Google. Yes. So. Yeah, they're probably coming to Canada. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
And by the way, this country welcomes everybody. I don't know what the hell this is about. And you know what? Like, what's the tragedy here? That they wanted to leave and they were allowed. Like, we should be like North Korea. Fuck this story.
Yeah, exactly. It's
not like freedom. You can leave if you want. You can stay if you want. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. It's
just another word for statistics.
Yeah. Exactly. It's not like people are actually going out of their way to make black people in the United States, or probably Canada, making them uncomfortable enough to want to leave. This whole racism thing alone is just overbloated as it is and whatnot. I think it's more
Well,
like
what
along
the-
the lines of, a lot of white people are just afraid to say anything on account that, they feel like they're going to be persecuted for just interacting with a black person.
Okay,
I mean,
can I
it's
give
just
my 2
ridiculous.
cents on this
Hey,
quickly?
Finish
You
the rest
may.
of what the
Yes.
yeah, and then tell us what the rest of this stupid fish wrapper says. The Los Angeles Times
Yeah.
that copies the font of the New York Times to try to look like a good newspaper. Like, what is it? Established 2007, the fucking
Yeah.
LA Times.
I'm stealing that fish wrapper. That's awesome. Let's be honest. I mean, we look at today, and people of color, people of any minorities, gays, whatever, have more rights than most white people because you're going to get looked at more for jobs, education. You get a lot of different scholarships and stuff, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not against it at all. But to say that people are downtrodden, no, you're actually getting a lot more not handouts, but you're getting more opportunities than ever in the current times. So why
Exactly.
If you don't feel like you're equal yet, you can't deny that things are certainly trending in your favor for a long time.
I
What
know.
do you want? What are you, Jim Morrison? I want the world and I want it now. I mean,
Yeah.
chill.
I
Yeah.
believe in true equality. I do believe in true equality. But now white people are like, no, we don't want to hire you. Yeah, no, you're going to worry about a college or you can't. And
Well, I just remember last week I wanted to get a job and they said, I'm sorry, but we just hired a black guy. And I just stood up and said, you're going to tell me, a European white man, part of the patriarch. I said, come on, patriarch. Are we colonizers? Are we colonizers? He's like, hold on a minute. He called the guys up. He's like, listen, I'm sorry, but we made a mistake. We don't have the salary to actually hire you. And I'm sorry about your new wardrobe. Well, I'm sorry that you depended on. Well, I'm sorry that you turned down that other job. I don't care if you have
Exactly.
kids.
I'm
And then he hung up the phone. He said to me, do you promise to give some of this money to hate groups? And I said, I have my own. And he's like, you got this job and I'm going to give you 20% more. And I was going to give this other guy. He never looked at my resume, just my skin.
Congratulations.
Gab said it perfectly, and I'm going to reiterate that. We all need to get
every white guy's had that happen at least 35 times.
That's right. Yes, that is so true. Okay, and then this, because we just got over summer and whatnot, lots of conventions out, and even in the fall there are conventions and stuff like that anybody can attend to, and there seems to be a convention for everything, especially in Philadelphia, where this is happening. Philadelphia is hosting FatCon, the first conference to celebrate overweight people.
I'm trying not
Oh
to
my
laugh.
God. This is sponsored by the Philadelphia League of Crime invites people who have a hard time running away to bring their money to town.
Exactly.
And outside they have lots of food trucks.
Food trucks as far as the eye can see.
I'm overweight, or at least have been over the years, so I can say that. Yeah.
It remains to be seen whether or not they could actually get through the doors after they got through the food trucks.
We're going to grease them.
Exactly. However, all the paramedics that were in Philadelphia were on standby just in case of heart attacks or maybe shallow breathing. Because, it's a convention. Let's face the facts that, there's a lot of walking involved. So, to keep up their girth to probably qualify to actually go to a FatCon, you have to input a lot of food as you're probably burning a lot of that weight off walking around at a con. So, and it is the city of brotherly love. So, yeah. There you go.
I gotta be honest. I feel like there'll be a lot of things there, like rent-a-scooters, like in plentitude for people, like mobility scooters to so I can walk around. I don't want to.
The biggest horror story just came to mind when I'm thinking. Now, has anybody been to cons? I've been to cons, and my dream is still to go to E3 and what have you. But let's be honest. One thing at the con is always that one person that doesn't use deodorant. Oh my God, that lineup gonna stink. That lineup's gonna stink. Oh, the perspiration.
Yes, exactly.
That lineup. Oh my God.
I don't know.
Vince Womack. What's the weight limit on for that convention center? I don't know. So, but I'm hearing that probably it might be canceled due to the fact that the fire marshal might say that there's too many people, even though it's probably packed to capacity. Yeah, you get it. Okay, so it's like we're herding cattle in here. So
it's like everyone in the city. Imagine like HeftyCon begins, right? And you're making like a skit about it, right? And it's just like two people like you see two people like sitting down for lunch, and all of a sudden you see the water in their glasses tilt to one side.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck?
And
And then
my
it's
two-
like,
It's
Go
like
ahead.
the
Lumbering
Poseidon
down.
Adventure, except on land.
my 2 cents on this, I'm just going to say this right now. I mean, we're not, I don't believe people shouldn't be insulted because they have overweight problems. No,
No,
we should
no.
respect people. But, you don't celebrate being overweight either. That's not healthy. Diabetes
is
and
not
so many other heart
healthy.
conditions. No, it's not. We don't celebrate being overweight. That's what's wrong with society. That's not
Yeah,
healthy.
they're-
I've been
no,
overweight
you know,
if
myself.
you're one
So
of those,
yeah.
if you're one of those people with a medical condition and you're stuck being too heavy or too thin, like we feel you. Like that's
Oh,
that's the thing
exactly.
too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And by the way, if you're completely nuts and the anti-crazy meds make you gain weight, like that's cool. Like we can accept
I've heard
you
about
heavy
that,
and,
yeah.
and non
That's right.
and that's the number one reason people quit anti-crazy meds.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, and hello, Captain Infinity, that happened to join in the chat too. So, Gap
But to
After
claim
Dark,
it's
or what
healthy,
you
no.
call it, HeftyCon. No,
What a
it's most-
serendipitous topic for Captain Infinity to join us on anti-crazy meds.
There we go. Yeah, FatCon. So,
Came here right on time, buddy.
Wasn't
Exactly.
E3 canceled this year? Actually, didn't they cancel E3 this year? I don't know if they're going to bring it
I
back
haven't
either. I don't
finished it
think.
yet.
Yeah, they did
So-
actually.
So last Tuesday, on Titillating Tuesday, we were talking a little bit about DC Comics, and because now of course Batman is black, and I think Wonder Woman is going to be Asian, Latino, or something like that, from what we saw from that Justice League.
Mike,
Feature
before you
and
get
stuff
into
like
that,
that.
can I ask you one quick question?
Yes, you may.
Have you read Mr. Nickerson's comic yet, and how was it?
I'm getting into it because actually I've set that aside for now.
Well, you're busy.
But I did, because tomorrow, and I should be broadcasting hopefully from the very first Carstairs Comic Con, and I'm going to be on the panel as well, speaking about entertainment comics as well. So if I do broadcast, and everybody stay tuned for that, I'll be broadcasting live from the convention there as well. Yes, I actually did start getting into his comics. It's actually pretty good. I'm liking it. It's got a very cartoony look to it, obviously, and
Nice. Check it out.
yeah,
Nice.
it is a damn good book. So let's see. Vince Womack, I have a thyroid problem. That's why I'm currently on my exercise bike. So that's a poor excuse for being overweight.
Hey, you're doing something about it. That's awesome.
Exactly,
and-
dude.
Trying.
That's
You know
the
what,
main
also-
thing.
Like when
There's
you see
another
somebody
thing-
overweight in a gym, don't embarrass them. Let them do their
No.
thing. But at least they're trying.
Right.
Exactly.
Not only
That's
that,
the whole
but
point.
you might be able to even be like William Shatner at points in his life, like a larger guy who's still healthy. Like,
Yeah.
I saw William Shatner, who was 92 years old. He was definitely overweight, and he bounced around that stage for hours because I think he's very, very active, and just like he's 92, so he's fat. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, kind of
Exactly.
fat.
Yeah.
He's
Precisely.
still not.
Plus, on top of that,
not truly fat.
Plus, on top of
Yeah,
that,
okay.
you could be the inspiration for somebody else as well. So, you got to keep
Exactly.
that in mind too. So, anyway, so on Titillating Tuesday, we were talking about what was going on over at DC Comics, because how they're going to be race swapping, or, just basically giving the dub to somebody else. Batman is now black. Wonder Woman looks either Asian or Latino. I couldn't exactly quite make that out. Let's see. Aquaman probably might be like Aqua Woman or something like that. But
And Superman had no
This-
cape. Boo.
and Superman had no cape. That's right. But this, as we get into bending in the comics, apparently DC Comics writer Mags I was almost gonna say vagina. Visaggio reveals
Virility, veracity, vagilla,
Yeah.
vagina.
the jokes go on and on. Reveals rejected pitch for Superboy series featuring a transgender Connor Kent. Oh, could this be a bullet that we probably might have dodged? So
I think they had the good sense to tell this guy that was just not what Superman is supposed to be. And like, maybe
Exactly.
you want to go create your own, like Rainbow Man or whatever you want to do, but thanks a lot. And
Yeah.
so he's basically hate tweeting about why he didn't get fired and calling it a virtue. And it's just like, really, bro?
yeah, really. So, DC Comics writer Brian Visaggio, better known by his online pseudonym Mags, has come up with some of the worst takes in all of comics Twitter. after a failed career based solely on trans identity politics. This week, Brian posted his treatment for a proposed Superboy storyline in which Connor Kent is turned into a transgender woman. Oh my god! Because
Could
why
your
not?
problem be that could your problem be that you're writing the same precise story over and over?
Yeah, exactly. And this is why they got to reboot the DC universe again after the quote unquote new 52. Now, of course, like Superboy.
Let me just
go
throw out
ahead.
a quick term. Isn't it
Yeah.
time almost to deboot the whole DCEU? Because what are we going to do? We're going to have to go back to like Martha and all the other shit so that we can get our superheroes. Like, who do we build around? Pattinson, like the worst bat, like Heroin Man. It's like, part of my Clark Kent disguise. I act like a junkie.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much it.
Worst
Now,
Clark
Superboy
Kent
was
ever.
introduced back in the 90s. Shortly
I mean, the worst Bruce
the-
Wayne ever. Sorry.
Yeah, shortly after the death of Superman, they introduced basically this version of Superboy that was out. I mean, Superboy's always been around basically, but they introduced a
TV
more
Superboy?
updated kind of. But of course, it had the the whole 90s look and whatnot, and of course, hormones are raging as he was essentially. I think it was revealed that he was like some sort of clone or something like that of Superman. But
I think they
more
were
along
like
the
in the
theme
TV
line.
show Titans, he was cloned.
Yes,
Yeah.
that as well. So
Yeah.
yeah. So Visaggio came to prominence several years ago with a book titled Vagrant Queen, mostly gaining fame because of the YouTube channel Diversity and Comics, which would criticize his work and his woke hot takes on Twitter. Over the years, Visaggio failed to get much further in his career after the sci-fi adaptation flopped with poor ratings, resulting in getting canceled in one season. So apparently, this is his little reveal of, Connie Kent, because obviously, yeah, aka Lara Con-El, aka Skyrocket. So Connor Kent,
fuck?
yeah. So this is the reveal. So, oh my god, like
let me fix this character that's been making you money consistently for 100 years. I've got these few radical ideas that will nerf it and definitely take care of this problem with all the money you have laying around.
Yep.
This is a horror story, bro.
Okay, my 2 cents on this quickly, just before you continue. No, I'm not saying. Do I want a trans character? I'd like to see one from scratch, and it does exist. Angela, originally from the Spawn universe, which was purchased by Marvel.
Yep.
There was Sarah, Sera. She was a trans woman who was a partner for Angela. She was actually a well-written character. She was original. She was new, so it was fresh. It wasn't, let's reimagine an existing character. Stop that. Leave the existing characters alone. Come up with new ones. It has been done, and it can be done good. But no, this is dumb. Stupid.
And if it flies, it flies. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that. Yeah.
I like this Sarah character. I thought she was awesome.
Oh man, but this is just
This is
getting
bad.
out of
This is
hand.
bad.
This is getting bad. So goes on to say, since it's never going to happen, yes, I was going to make Connor Kent a trans girl. I give you skyrockets. My master plan
make him a
story that
trans
will never
Karen.
happen. Oh my god! Like, could this get any more?
The superpower of being able to summon anyone's manager.
Oh god, that name Skyrocket.
That's it's I want to call them Skyrocket because it's a pretty firework. It's like, shut the fuck up. Maybe you could have invented your own superhero here because you have so many ideas. This is so far. I mean, I'll give you this. You certainly would have been able to be forgiven if you had no idea what this super character, this Kryptonian related character was.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Bizarro Superman, I have no clue.
Probably. I mean, look, she's got the feminazi haircut, right? Shaved on the side.
It looks like Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, actually. The over the shoulder look.
Oh my
where
God.
the hair could be either color, and it's
Yes.
sort of that weird haircut. It's like a combination between the haircut she has for most of the movie and the haircut she has in like when she comes back in Avengers and the rat makes fun of her hair.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Bradley Cooper is think about it. Bradley Cooper is the luckiest person to play an Avenger. He never had to be on set with her. He was just like delivered the lines, and he got to insult her.
And the fact that they're
Oh, you
pointing
get
out we
another
have to
haircut?
change existing characters, you gotta, and it's not just the fact that they have to introduce trans. They like to force it, like, oh look, I'm trans. Look at and they force it. Anybody ever seen the show Sense8? A really good sci-fi series, really good. And
No,
there's a character in there. There's a character in there that's trans, but they don't make it a big priority. You might hear occasional small things, but she's a trans woman, and her character's awesome because they don't focus on that. They focus on so many other things. That's the way you produce.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's here. I'm trans. Look at my flag. Look at this. Stop it.
Yes.
I mean, this is not. This is a cartoon. This is a drawing of no real human being, so they can't really get in trouble for this. I'm looking at this picture. And if I was told, like, make up a tagline for this superhero, like, you don't know what it is. You just 2 images, like, out of nowhere, like they pull a bag over your head, like they do to Indiana Jones and dial of density. Where it's like, whoa! And it's like, come up with a tagline for this superhero. And I'd be like, it's a man, it's a woman, it's sugar tits.
Vince Womack says, I don't know if Gen V, the boys spinoff, is based on a comic book, but they have a trans character that can switch between male and female. So
look, they're at the bar.
So a lead
is
singer
it
of an 80s
actually
metal band?
Vince, yeah, exactly. Vince, I actually got to ask, is that show so far? I forget how many episodes are out right now. I know it's on Amazon Plus or Amazon, whatever you want to call it. Is that show actually any good? Because
With
I'd
The
be
Boys?
No, I know The Boys is, but Gen V.
I've never
because now
seen
this
it. I'm
is
looking to watch it actually. So yeah.
It's just new, so I'm just kind of wondering, is it worth watching? If not, then I might skip it. But if you look at this character, even more so, I mean, she still has like I know this is supposed to be a trans character, but you still have this very masculine look, like chest area, even though you just basically plunked boobs on it, but it's still a very masculine physique.
And Kay, well, on the left, yes, but on the right, with the over-the-shoulder ingenue look,
it's much slimmer.
And
well, it looks like a lead singer of a metal band, and the one on the right.
It's an odd for itself. It is. It's Rob Halford from Judas Priest.
Yeah. With longer hair. Yeah,
exactly.
So.
Plus, on top of that, this is the other thing, because obviously, an offspring of Kal-El, obviously Clark Kent. If like Superman, and I'm guessing because I really don't read DC comics because it's all trash nowadays anyway, if they got like invulnerable skin, okay, you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, how in the world surgery?
How are you going to do the surgery? Exactly. Yeah. That doesn't even make sense.
A kryptonite knife. I mean,
he lasered his body open with it.
Okay.
You have to use a kryptonite knife.
Help the surgeons by lasering himself open.
Oh my God. So, oh geez, I can't.
A kryptonite scalpel.
So,
can you imagine if it's like honestly, for a second here, think about this. If like super trans wears like a fucking water bra or something to affect like the figure, and it's like they stand there with the hands on the hips like Superman does, and it's like, you won't get past me, Peg Luther, and like trans Lex Luthor pulls out like a pistol and like fires, emptying the clip at like super trans. And there's like 9 holes in his chest just shooting out water, and then like the chest slowly shrinks down, and it's like then like Peg Luther throws the gun, or Bev Luther throws the gun at Super Trans the way everyone always does, and it's like, come with me now, this can go down the easy way or the hard way, and then like they look at each other, it's like the hard way.
Ew. Hey, Bob, how's it going?
Hey. Guess better late than never, huh?
Wait, can I drop one more? Can I drop one more Super Trends?
Do it. These are awesome.
Okay, do it.
Oh, what did I walk into?
The secret identity. By day, using his secret identity is mild-mannered pop singer George Michael. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I messed it up.
Oh,
I tell you,
God.
mild mannered pop singer, Boy George.
Yes. Yes. Jeez. Oh, they're only going to be.
I have to go into the public men's room to change, but I can't do it unless there's someone in the stall with me.
A possible attempt to make Connor Kent basically trans. This is what's going on there, Pop. Just to
Yes.
No,
this.
But
here's the
luckily it's
thing.
not going to happen.
This is
so.
the idea that the guy who was thrown out of the office for pitching is angry that they didn't like celebrate him for. They're like, we're going to hold off on the 21 gun salute and get the fuck out.
Exactly. So since then, Visaggio has not had much work from the mainstream comic industry. Oh my God! Really? I can't imagine.
I have morons on my payroll.
So,
Oh,
with
goodness.
readers and fans showing greater disinterest in identity politics pushes than before, Visaggio has not been able to rely on talent to create a career. In recent years, the writer appears to be more prolific at e-begging rather than writing.
Oh, yeah.
So the need to find real employment hasn't stopped Visaggio from using his trans identity politics as a crutch for pitching comics. On Monday, he posted his pitch to DC Comics to turn Connor Kent Superboy into a trans girl, stating on X, here it is, since it's never going to happen, yes, I was going to make Connor Kent a trans girl. I give you Skyrocket, my master plan for a story that'll never happen.
Look up in the skyrocket.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Wait, look,
Yes.
look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a copy of somebody's bad draft being thrown out the window of DC Comics.
Is it a ticker tape parade, Dad? No, that's just a really crappy script being thrown out the window of DC Comics.
It's raining a horrible movie pitch for a character we'll never have to see.
Oh.
Leave it in the gutter, son. That's where it belongs.
Did they wear
Oh,
tight pants?
happen.
Did they have surgery, bottom surgery, or not? Oh no.
Yeah, exactly. Vince Vomack, she is only vulnerable to kryptonite and misgendering. So there we go. Yeah. So,
That
But
should be
it's
her
like-
super name, misgendering.
yes,
Like Miss
exactly.
Space gendering. Like
But the-
under her secret identity is misgendering.
But here's the thing. It's like you're going to DC Comics. Oh, well, since you're not going to hire me, this is my idea. Too bad it'll never happen. You whiny little friggin' bitch.
Like, just stop.
That's a real shame because I want them to embrace this. I want them to hit the ground running. I want them to take it and run with it.
Yep.
Go
Do
for
it.
it.
This is like saying I was a general in the United States Army. I rose to the rank of like brigadier general, and I walked into the Pentagon, and they said, okay, what's this idea that you asked to talk to us? And you said, I want to go back to Vietnam to win. And they threw me out of there like I was some kind of an asshole.
Oh, those bastards. Gap After Dark says, look, up in the sky. It's a 0 and it's a 1.
I'm actually disappointed that DC is not going to run with this. I mean,
I know.
what are they afraid
I
of?
know.
Their stock still has value.
Wait, what would happen if Wonder Woman threw the golden lasso of truth around Supertrans? What are you? That's a long story. I have to.
You're getting me.
That- that-
No, childhood trauma.
I will answer your. I will answer your.
I'm trans.
I'll answer your
There's-
question, Wonder Woman, but only after 35 minutes of my life story first.
Yes,
Oh,
there's
what-
no
but
easy
I'm gonna
answer
have
to
it
that
all.
question.
First.
It's like instead of the golden lasso of truth, she also has like the gold, like the silver hammer of like succinctitude. It's like shut the fuck up and get to the point. Bang.
Yeah, exactly.
There is no point.
There is no.
No, there's no. There's that's what we found out with this trans Superman that they.
Yeah,
This guy is just. This
no.
is a public fit, by the way, Pop. This
It
is a
is.
publicly pitched fit about the
Yep.
fact that they're like with this idea.
Yep.
Yeah.
So with the
Yeah.
This is a
statement,
stupid idea.
A real
Visaggio appears to
shame.
be aware that his pitch is far too cringeworthy. No, you think? And ridiculous.
That's
to
a
be made
charitable
into a
term.
DC comic. So,
No, I'm sorry. Batman versus Superman is cringeworthy. This is fucking
Oh, my
stupid.
yeah.
This
So,
is really stupid.
it is. He also falsely refers to the character of Connor Kent as a she in subsequent follow-up posts, even though the character has been clearly defined as a male. So to which I don't know if to call him he or she because whatever. I don't give a damn.
Just don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, this person, the whole 10-pager was designed to be a subtle overture to this direction. Connor confronting what she actually does and doesn't want out of life.
Wow.
Oh,
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me!
So it's like
And this
pitch.
fights super villains. How? What? Oh, there's no point to this. It's like
if they
superheroes
mess
fight
gender,
super villains, but
yes, if the
sounds like they're
super
fighting their own
villains misgender
identity.
him, then he gets to fight them. That's what it is, probably.
Right.
Or he whips out something.
Adam's apple? Damn you.
Yeah. In a pitch posted as a Dropbox link to a PDF. Oh, I would so like
Oh goodness.
Oh, okay.
Is that an active link?
Yep. Okay, let's go to this, okay? Because
we're going there, aren't we?
We're going there.
We're
We
going
are so
there.
going there, folks, because
Hold
this
on.
is a Friday and everybody needs to laugh. Yes. So, yep.
Oh God.
Wait, first of all, Gap After Dark. Well, if the magic lasso went around and they answered, they say, well, I can't tell you because I don't have the long and short of it anymore.
Wait, hold on, ready? We went on a nationwide hunt to find out who would be our skyrocket, and we have a porn actor. His name is Christopher Skeeves.
Yes. Okay. So we're gonna get into this. Okay, we're gonna get into this. This is gonna be so fun. Oh my god. Okay, and everybody
Brace
on Rumble
yourselves,
that's watching
everybody.
right now. Okay, yeah, this is for you because remember, our pain is your pleasure. So we're gonna be doing the hard work here for you. Okay, so we're gonna be reading this. Okay, oh god, this is gonna be so funny. Okay, Skyrocket, a new direct. Fuck you, you stupid pop up. Get off. Okay. Skyrocket, a new direction for Connor Kent. Proposal by some stupid wanker that should never write in the comic book industry again. Concept art by a bunch of people. I have no idea who they are and don't care at this point. Don't ever call me Superboy. So, Connor Kent is in a weird place. Originally created for the reign of Superman, Connor's destiny as the next Superman was always at the core of his character, but perhaps due to embarrassment at the sheer 90s tour of it all, Connor has spent the last 30 years struggling to find a foothold in DC Comics and has seen his concept and his continuity continually reinvented. He served as a leader in various teenage supergroups and even found a devoted fan base in the Young Justice cartoons, but Connor has largely been regaled to being the Jason Todd of the Superman family. Oh yes, that guy's around. Maybe we should use him. But I love Connor Kent and he deserves better than to be also ran to John Superman. Oh God, my throat. I'm really enjoying this. So my plan below is a radical new direction for the character that honors his connection to Superman's legacy while giving him the opportunity to find his own place in the DC universe and critically a new name. 30 years later, it's time to honor his first words. Oh, frig. Do I really want to go through this? I don't know. So
What?
I don't know.
8 pages of sheer madness. So
Yes. It's
In the name of all that's holy, let's just go back to Ahsoka or anything but this.
No.
yeah, there we go.
Let's
yeah,
talk
yeah,
about.
Did
Can
I
we
tell
talk
you, I
about the?
actually
Let's talk about
watched
the
it and enjoyed
ISOM
it.
lawsuit.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the ISOM lawsuit and how I believe that the people who are taking Eric July to court have no standing because their ISOM is a charitable organization and his ISOM is a literary character, and there's like not an overlap there.
Exactly.
Actually, playing on the lasso, and then what she would actually say is, I just like to play with dolls, and I was confused, and maybe I was gay, but yet my parents told me I'm trans. Okay.
There's no how just
So
that's the moment that broke the Snyderverse for me completely. Like I was already like, this doesn't make any sense. But when Wonder Woman puts the golden lasso of truth on anybody, it's always pretty tough. Chris Pine pulls it off, but when she puts it on the guy in the bank, and he goes, "Who are you?" and he goes, "I'm a counterinsurgent." Who thinks of themselves as a counter?
it's a counter insert. Yeah, exactly.
I'm a freedom
Really?
fighter. It's the golden lasso of truth, not the golden lasso of AP style guide accuracy.
Yeah, exactly right. So, okay, well, let's do a quick rundown here. Okay, so Connor's going to have an identity crisis. That's him escape Superman's shadow and establish himself as his own person. Oh, himself! Oh, it's himself as his own person.
I was wondering why you had pronouns for this individual.
Yes, exactly. So
I guess that's the reason why they didn't need surgery. They just like they're a woman who identifies as a man, or they're let's face it, Kryptonians have always been gender fluid, right? Like it's just that's the misogyny of DC.
Yeah.
We never hear anything about that, the LGBTQ community of Krypton. And everybody on that planet who survives, a straight white man who becomes part of the fake media. I mean,
he is more. So he's basically non-binary. He's transgender, not transsexual. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly.
Non-binary, but full patriarchy.
Oh God. So Connor Kent is a trans girl, the Kryptonian transformation chamber. Oh, it's the Kryptonian transformation chamber that did it. That was in was it, Superman 2 or 1 or whatever it was? I forget what.
What, did it still have the DNA left in there from like the super dead chick? And it's like
right. So the Kryptonian transformation chamber remade her into this new image. I know this is a big move, but bear with me. I believe this is a very natural, organic direction that sets Connor apart, builds out the relevant supporting cast, and gives the character a firm foundation for the future. You're changing its future. Oh my God.
There's nothing natural.
There was already a firm foundation.
There's nothing natural or organic about this.
No, exactly right. Oh my God! So, Constance Lord,
I'm just still.
Oh God!
I'm just still laughing to myself. It's like I'm part Ursa because of what happened in the transformation chamber.
Exactly. Oh my!
What the fuck are they talking about?
Exactly. So, there are countless here we go. There are countless trans folks who finally put it together and finally connect those dots post adolescence. No, that's not exactly entirely true. No, it's called children playing pretend. Okay. And just because you have some whacked out friggin' parents out there that think that, it must be that they're in the wrong body or something like that and need to be trans. No, it's called pretend. It's something that children actually used to do when they're playing with things. So they don't put it together post adolescence, you freaking moron. Let's see. Oh, and
we can't let kids be kids anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
It might be too late for our society.
Lesbian, leather jacket, side buzz cut. Come on. Yeah.
You know what? Between this story and I made the mistake of glancing over at Twitter and just like this is where we're at as a society. The top 3 trending things are Jihad, Vince McMahon, and Stargate.
Yeah. Most importantly, the trans issues are at the forefront of public conversation right now. Yeah, because you keep on pushing it on everybody and arresting people, even if they use the wrong pronouns. Maybe that's why. Absolutely the forefront. We are
after they shocked us with
assault on our right to exist publicly. Nobody is assaulting your right to exist. Get over yourself, okay? We are being legislated out of existence. No, it's because nobody wants to harm children with a very life-changing and most often suicidal outcome. So I'm sorry. And you know what? For all of you, those that are listening right now on YouTube, I implore you to go over to Rumble. Please hit the like button because it really helps. Subscribe, that also helps. But most importantly, check this channel out on Rumble, okay? Because we don't know how long we can keep on speaking about this kind of crap that's going on, and then all of a sudden entirely just be blinked out of existence on YouTube. So I implore you guys to go over to Rumble and listen as well, where there's more free speech going on. And hail to Killer Rabbit that just showed up. It has to be organic. It belongs in the compost pile. Exactly.
Hey, my 2 cents.
So-
I'm just going to throw in a few 2 cents here before you go on.
Go for it.
Now, again, I've had trans friends. I have nothing against, and even them, a transsexual is different from transgender. People don't even realize the two difference anymore. And actually, like, there's Buck Angel, Blair White. They're against transitioning children. They're against all that. They said, when you're an adult, do what you want. But no, leave kids alone. 100% leave kids alone. That's always been my
Exactly.
I don't know. Like,
Let children be children.
Exactly.
Yes.
Why aren't the tobacco companies allowed to then market to these people too? Then,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
It's like
exactly.
Read up on Chloe
like,
Cole.
we have a
She's a detransitioner who's detransitioning. Jordan Peterson interviewed her, and she's actually suing the doctors that work with her. They never psych evaluated her. She had a breast
That's right.
augmentation at age 15. Now she's trying to become a woman again, and she may never be able to breastfeed. She'll never have children, and she was never told any of this by doctors, and it's disgusting.
Nope. Exactly.
Yeah.
It goes on to say trans kids are finding their access to gender affirming care cut off. Yes, because it's extremely harmful. It feels like the world is closing in on us. Yeah, because everybody doesn't want to put up with this kind of.
Do you know what
bullshit
they use for blockers when they block hormone? Like before
yes.
They use Lupron, which is a castrator drug that is given to pedos.
Exactly. Connie Kent Skyrocket would immediately become the most visible trans superhero in the world when trans heroes are desperately needed. No, nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. All under the S shield. This will save kids' lives. No, it won't.
No, it won't.
You're just hoping it'll save your career or lack of it. This will give them hope. This is what Superman is for. Steel brought black people into the superfan. Yeah, because it worked. It worked because there was a man, what was it, John Henry, that made the steel suit because he felt like the world was without a Superman and they needed a Superman, and thus steel was born, right? Because of also the famous John Henry song and story legend, right? That was, faster than a locomotion. John Henry was supposed to be like, as he was nailing in those steel spikes for the railroad, faster than that machine that was doing it, that locomotive steel driving machine.
I like the way you said it the first time better.
Thank you. I know. I tried.
Faster than the locomotion.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, you got to try faster than the locomotive. Locomotion.
What you got to do to beat that is you got to swing your hips now.
I know, right? Like Elvis. Faster than a locomotive, than a bullet, than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. That's what it was, right? That was the nod back to John Henry as steel, right? This is complete and utter bullcrap. So, and like I said before, guys, this is why we're bringing all the news to expose this, because this is the type of stuff that hardly ever gets reported. And this is what we're trying to do, right? Because so you can go out and say, well, no, that never happened. It's like, no, it actually was trying to happen, because here's the receipts. Here's what we're bringing to you. This is the actual PDF that's being pitched. Vince Womack says, this will save kids. The self-deletion numbers before and after does not support that. Exactly.
And that is
100%.
a sad thing right there.
That's right. So if anybody wants this, I can download it and you can spread it around, because this is the
I wouldn't
bullshit,
waste
and I'm
my
gonna say
time
this right
or
now.
my
Holy
computer
fuck.
hard drives.
Oh yeah,
Space with that.
Well,
I mean, at the same time, like I feel bad for anybody driven to desperation and self-deletion. I mean, maybe we should think about it, but that's shocking stuff.
Okay,
And someone thought that was the way to make it. I mean, they had a bunch of ideas. I don't think anyone here would have. We probably still would have laughed at it a little bit, but we wouldn't have been like morally upset by it, and we wouldn't have been wishing failure on it the way we are like sort of like pumping our fists over the idea that the people from DC were like smart enough. And like, does anybody still think that that's the story here? Like, crazy idea thrown out of DC first.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
I've never seen anything like it before, says Secretary who helped Zack Snyder to his car 3 times.
Yep.
Now, before you continue, Mike, can I just give a little bit of thing, just as we're talking about all the kids and stuff?
You may. Yes,
I've
may.
worked at suicide hotlines myself years ago. I've dealt with it myself on a personal level.
Self-deletion hotline.
Self-deletion, yeah, exactly. And one
Sorry,
thing-
guys, it's euphemism tube. I'm not that funny. Mike actually pays me my lawyer fee to be here to make disclaimers.
I do. Yeah, you're
Bravo.
very expensive.
So, and yes, now they claim that these children will do that if they don't transition. First of all, I've read into this greatly. Like, say if it's a boy that wants to play with dolls or a girl that wants to play with cars and stuff, and maybe a girl looks at other girls and she wants to play sports. That's what actually Chloe Cole's saying. She was 11 and she wanted to play sports and she liked girls. So what? Maybe she was a lesbian. Maybe she was. But no, you're a guy. You're a guy, and they almost force it. See, they don't let them choose. They're almost wiping out gays and lesbians now because that's a bad thing. No, you're the opposite gender. So, and that's a disgusting thing, first off.
Mhm.
Two, they're forcing him into drugs, which a lot of these drugs, and like Buck Angel, who's now 60 years old, he says, I wouldn't wish this on the worst person because it's hard to live like that. Being on drugs every month, you have to be on testosterone. It's hard on your body. And some people go sterile, and especially at this young age, you can't make that decision that, well, one, it will sterilize you. Two, it could cause so many complications in your future. If you're an adult, do you. But as a child, leave the kids alone. I'm sorry. Why can't kids vote? Why can't kids drink? Why can't kids drive? Because they can't make those decisions yet. So why can they make one of the most life?
That's why I think Marlboro Juniors are the idea our society needs right now.
So, and
I
again,
mean, look
if
where
you're an
we're
adult,
look
do
look
your
what
thing,
some of these
but not
insane.
kids. No.
Yeah. There's one thing is Elliot Page, being a millionaire when they decided to do it and being like 35 years old. That was one thing.
I like that.
I don't have any issue with either iteration of that person.
Yeah, exactly.
I have nothing. There's nothing wrong with their work as an actor or whatever you want to say. But whatever. Like, they had a lot of money, and
they were an adult also.
They had been an adult for a real long time too. It wasn't like they would tick it off the day to be 18. Like, this person lived a good percentage of their life one way, and whatever. We all are free to have our own opinions, but certainly, making a choice for someone else outside of like your kids should just be well set up to be what they want to be when they come of age.
Exactly.
And I'm going to say this one last part on this before I go. Like, if your kid is gay or if they do have genders for you, don't disown them. Don't try to convert them. Love them, but don't force them into this thing. Get them actual psychological help. Care for them. Love your kid. And when they're of age, they'll figure themselves out. Simple.
I think we're all going to say right now that if we were parents, we would be happier to be parents of a gay brain surgeon than a heterosexual serial killer. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we're not insane. We're not insane. We understand that people have, a thing that, you're going to know it sooner or later, like we're not here to instruct you, although like we are here to observe on how some people do try to instruct us.
And
change your mind. But yes, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, no, gender dysphoria is very rare, but now you got families that say they're transgender. That's almost impossible. It's almost like 0.04% of the population that actually have gender dysphoria, and that's the main reason you transition. So.
But 100% of the population has like a 6-month phase where they buy a lot of David Bowie albums and wonder about stuff. And that someone has found a way to monetize that and market to that, like the way that we have a 12-year phase where we'll buy Star Wars toys. It's really crazy.
Oh, trans surgeries make millions a year. Enough said.
Oh, of course. Anyway, and that being said, because we're running a little bit behind here.
Oh my God, it's time for
That's right.
Alfred, let's go shopping.
That's right. Let's get to chapter 3 of a commercial break here.
Uh-oh. Commercial break time.
バイク便で送ったから
そろそろ吹くと思うよ。
すごいタイミング。
サインお願いします。
Long, long way. ちいちゃん、聞こえてる？
あ、届いたよ。ありがとう。
マンゴー味珍しいからたくさん買ったんだ。今度2人で食べようね。おーい、ちいちゃん。
さっ けるグミ対長い避けるグミ。
Oh my God, what's going to be happening next?
Goodness.
I watched a documentary on Japanese culture. My friend married a Japanese woman. I'm going to say this right now. Do you know one thing Japanese people are very open about? Cheating on each other. That's very common in Japan.
It's very weird.
It's a very
isn't it?
common thing in Japan. They love cheating. I don't know why, but they're accepted over there. You can cheat with your partner. I guess it's
That well, I'm turning Japanese now that I heard that one.
it's true. It's very true. It's like
No
It is.
sex, no
You know what?
monogamy, no
There's
drugs, no
agencies-
women, no.
There's even agencies in Japan to actually help men disappear and start a new life somewhere else in Japan. Like
yeah,
it's
and if you
basically a
sleep with someone else,
relocation company.
it's fine. So
It's
We'll
really
send
weird.
we will send a duplicate to your home. We promise he'll be about your height, your weight. He'll have the same
That's right.
color hair and
That's
eyes
right.
as you.
Yeah, really weird. Okay, so let's get on to something a bit more funnier. Yes, okay. So everybody,
way,
yes.
As the former husband of well, no, you know what? Let's just move on from that one.
Okay, fine. So
I'm thinking better of that one.
So if you think that DC was going in the wrong direction, well, you know, there's always the other one, which is Marvel, and things aren't looking too good for them. So because Brie Larson's Marvel predicted to have one, if not the worst box office grosses for the Marvel Cinematic Universe ever. This brings a smile to my heart. So
did it actually come
You know what? Like, I can just imagine the conversation.
It's next month.
This box office gross is grotesque.
Yes.
Just
Yeah, I
burn
don't
the
know.
movie.
That
Yes.
image alone makes me want to see the movie. I mean, that looks like it's going to be a blast. I can't imagine what would go wrong with it.
It's like each and every one of them in their own way is saying, "What you talking about, Willis?" So
it's like somebody hired an S&M trapeze act in Amsterdam.
Yes, exactly. That's it. So, the new opening weekend box office projections have been revealed for Marvel Studios' upcoming The Marvels film starring Brie Larson's feet, and it claims that the film will make less than box office loser.
The agony
and
of the feet.
Quantumania.
Oh, no.
really?
Say it ain't so.
And could claim the spot for not just the lowest opening weekend in the Marvel Cinematic Universe history, but the lowest grossing MCU film overall.
This movie is so bad that Foggy kicked himself rather than have to think about it anymore. He's like, fuck this.
Exactly. Vince Vomack, I think there were even
Fired
talks about taking the
2
whole
rounds
thing
into
like
its
that.
router.
Yeah, that's right. So
sorry.
No, come back.
I thought you had fired 2 rounds into your router when we found out about Miss Marvel. He's like, fuck this.
Vince, I think it's too late to shelf the whole thing like Batgirl at this point. So trailers already
But
out.
Batgirl is the most, but
No.
Batgirl's this year's most profitable DC movie.
Just release
Oh,
it.
yeah,
I don't know what's
exactly.
gonna just release it and let's see how bad it is. I'm gonna laugh.
Oh God!
At
yeah,
this
I
point,
know.
just stop working. At this point, stop working on it and just throw it out there. It's not going to make a
Exactly.
difference.
I am so
Yeah.
getting sick and tired of seeing this haircut on everybody, on every woman out there. Oh God!
Well, it's just long hair. It's just combed really weird, right?
I know it's just, but to me now that
It's a-
it's either shaven on the side or combed over like that, it's
Right.
all constantly speaking feminazi at this point to me. I don't know.
I don't know. It could be windy there. I don't know. Like, I guess the rest of her hair doesn't support it. I'll just say this: at least now it's like she's only part-time. She can put the hair back down and be like I've decided like that might be a character trait. It's like she's like beating up some guy. Like, I'm gonna take your mic and your jacket, and he's like, please, I have a wife and kids, and she like pulls the hair back down over here, and she's like, I'm gonna take pity on you.
Exactly. Box Office Pro shared their projects for the Marvels, claiming the film will only gross between 50 million and 75 million in its domestic opening weekend. They also predict it will bring between 121 million and 189 million at the domestic box office.
Then why?
They-
Then
They're
why?
saying,
don't
it costs
care.
200 they're saying the unacknowledged cost of this movie is 260 million fucking dollars.
Yeah, at
Almost
least.
300
$250 million
Yes.
fucking dollars.
Yes.
I think I think if anybody has to reboot, you need to bring back Robert Downey Jr. You need to bring back the original top and just go back. Because
guys, 5-1 is a Doors song, not a profit strategy for a fucking film house.
That's right. Put new meaning to fembots. There we go. Yes, it does. Ben Swomack, speaking of shoving stuff, have you guys seen the unreleased Wonder Woman pilot from like 10 years ago? Yes, I did. With what's her name? Andrina, the one from
it's Kelly Grayson from the Orville, Adrian Palicki.
Yes.
That one.
I might still have that actually.
I think it's floating around on YouTube someplace. I mean, it should be easy to find. I never
something like that.
sat
actually not
through
that bad.
it. I may try rewatching it, see if I can get my way through it. But yeah, when they come out with stuff like this on upcoming movies and they just start down talking, it's like they have no expectation. They don't even care. It's like, yeah, we're just throwing it out there. It may do well, it may not, but it probably won't.
Isn't there a story going around about Wonder Woman? Isn't the story about Adrian Palicki's Wonder Woman is that the show seemed pretty bad, but because she was so good, it actually helped. It helped. It didn't hurt her. Like it was the opposite of Gal Gadot. Like she's shown in a bad role.
Well, because I think at the time, they were wanting to bring the whole Wonder Woman thing to the big screen instead of the small screen. So it was kind of canceled, even though they made the pilot and whatnot, and they were gonna go ahead. They were gonna make like
CW Wonder Woman.
But this was at the time when they were going to be forming the whole DCU EU, and they thought, no, we're going to be changing it to big screen. So that's why I'm pretty sure why it got shelved.
So in other words, they intended that for release and changed their minds. It's not like it came up short.
Yeah,
in their eyes. But these are the people who are bringing us Amber Heard's Aquaman 2.
Yeah. Kathy Carsby, that was a super one. It was kind of lame. So, but anyway, so back to this. So almost $300 million, like about like Teague said, 260 million, I believe is what you said, something like that for this movie to come out.
I saw that in either Bounding Into Comics or the Hollywood Reporter.
Yeah. So
acknowledge
they're looking at total forecast of up to 189 million. Oh my god.
So you've got to spend 260 to make it. Say let's say you go shoestring is $100 million promotion. Forget about toys and merch. You're just getting back your box office take and only your share of it. So now basically if everything jams out the way we think it is and add 100 million, so 360 million to make back about 130 million. That's like
don't forget promotion.
I was about to say, don't forget about promotion.
But
so that's
honestly,
200 million.
Just take
the
your money and bet on the Mets every week, and you'll do better. Bet on the Jets.
There's a trend that I've noticed. There's a trend I've noticed out of DC and Marvel as far as their cinematic properties go, is that they're spending less time, money, and effort promoting upcoming movies. So in the past, it would be plastered all over, like Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3. Look what's coming. It's like
I think Love and Thunder and Flash changed everything, right? Like there's some stuff in the pipeline. We're not going to do this much anymore. But everything that's in the pipeline, we know that it's from a bad source. This one connects to this failed universe, and this one's from like this failed phase. So just like don't stop taking the prenatal vitamins, and whatever comes out, comes out.
Right. They're not taking the time. They're not putting out the effort. They're not promoting it. They know they're going to be cinematic stinkers. So why
seen some adversarial statements from them about how people aren't going to accept this for this, that, and the other reason once again too. It's gotten predictable and very tiresome.
It has. So these predictions were far lower than their initial long-range predictions for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania earlier this year. They initially predicted the film would gross between 96 million and 131 million in its opening box office domestic weekend and go on to earn between 249 million and 347 million in its entire domestic run. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania eventually had an opening weekend of $106.1 million and would go on to earn 214 at the domestic box office for its entire theatrical run. Overall, the film grossed 463.6 million globally. Given that Quantumania's estimated production budget was 200 million and the movie lost at least 22 million. Yeah, wow, that's
the age of the $1 billion blockbuster has come to a close.
Yep.
There's nothing out there that gets people excited to flock to theaters in droves, spending their hard-earned money to make movies, $1 billion blockbusters.
Now I'm going to bring this point up. Now, the film which she was in was, of course, Captain Marvel back in 2019. Yep. That grossed about 1.3 some billion, so a lot of money. Do you know the main reason it grossed that much? Because it was the setup for Endgame. The people just went thinking
they dishonestly marketed it, in my opinion.
Totally.
Yes,
because we didn't. They said it was required viewing, but they kind of reset her up very, very quickly, and there was nothing to her movie. And then they even said it in Infinity War. It's like, this is OP woman. She's gonna come back and OP the shit out of everything. It's pretty, but don't worry, it's pretty much gonna be okay. We got OP woman here.
And then Endgame comes out, and it was an amazing film. But I'm like, that's the only reason her movie did good, because people thought it was. You had to see it to watch it.
That's it. That's it. If it wasn't for that, if it was honest advertising, it might have made 400. It might have made 500 million.
Exactly.
But
they couldn't accept that because they thought like a big people will be dazzled like. You're not the Rolling Stones, guys. After the big explosions and the glitter sparkles falling from the ceiling, the Rolling Stones rock into 50 great fucking songs for 3 hours. You guys, there's an explosion and some glitter
like
falls
the Turtles
from the ceiling, and we have standing there the agony of the feet, Brie Larson herself.
She's the Turtles opening up for the Stones or something.
It's cheesy. Yeah, it's the Ninja Turtles opening up the Stones. It's like inappropriate, even.
Because let's remember, around 200 million to make a film,
go Ninja go,
and to pay your actors and whatnot, then you got to pay for promotion. That's another 200 million. And then don't forget you have to pay your lawyers and stuff like that. Well, that could be another $200 million and stuff like that, because you gotta watch out for copyright infringement, properties.
Oh no, not on this one. This one's such a fucking disaster. Like we know with Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
On other movies, you're right, but we know the deal with Captain Marvel. It was like a garbage fire of another train wreck of another comic company, and people just Marvel.
No, but I'm talking about in general.
Bullshit their way over.
Yes, no, but I'm talking about in general.
In general,
so,
right?
Yeah, but I'm like, Jesus.
At this point, they're like, please steal Captain Marvel and give it some press. Like, defame us by making a better movie so that people see our mistake.
I mean, like, Marvel at this point should be like, ring, ring. Oh, hey, DC. You know what? Remember how we own that Captain Marvel name? Yeah, you guys can have it now. So you can call Shazam Captain Marvel from now on. So, no, I don't think we want to do that, Marvel. You know what?
No.
It's okay. We're okay with Shazam. We had 2 movies already. You can keep that Captain Marvel name. It's
now that they've drugged the Captain Marvel name through the mud, it means nothing now. It's worthless.
I'm thinking of the cross promotional like Rod Stewart song. It's like, for Captain Marvel, if you want my body, just come up and trim me. Come on, baby, let me. It's like, it's like, I want her body, but do I want to shrimp her?
No.
I think I'll just go home and watch Pornhub.
Plus, on top of that, it's not kosher. So,
normal
feet.
Is it? I don't know.
Shrimp? No, it's shellfish, man. So,
I thought you meant Brie Larson. I'm like, she might be. I don't know.
And I'm not going to say, besides her personality, which is horrible, she's not a bad-looking woman. It's just her personality makes her look
from the ankles up. She's okay.
Yes, exactly. So, It's like in Revelation, basically the statue that had, like the miry clay meshed with iron. So that's Brie Larson's feet. It's just that bad. So yes, making that biblical reference, of course. So
the song keeps coming to mind.
That's
Brie
right.
Larson's
Exactly.
nose and a puncher in the nose and a ponytail. What the hell?
Yeah, exactly. So no, I mean, but Buggy's right.
Larson.
She's not a bad-looking woman, right? She's not. It's just her personality.
She needs a brain
personality is so
transplant.
empty.
Yeah.
It just
Yes.
Oh.
Just a vapid personality. Nobody wants to be around her because, yeah. So
she's the hallucinatory version of Shallow Hal in reverse. It's like, this is what she really looks like, but she's so mean that you see
that's right,
like the fat suit version.
Yeah, no, Vince is right. She has no behind, and it's nearly concave. Yeah,
you know what? Yeah,
well, that's what happens when you're on bottom and constantly asking.
She needs to do squats.
So yes.
Well,
exactly.
no, I don't. I mean, she may not be able to like just put like have a bigger cushion, but I will say this. I think we said it the other day too. She was going in a really terrible direction with the workout, and then all of a sudden she pulled off, and now she's just kind of got a more conventional figure. And I bet you she's getting shit for that. So she might have learned her lesson a little bit. We don't know if it's a little too late. Hey, Sedell Messiah's out there. Hope you feel better after they mess with your teeth, my friend.
Yeah.
Hope you didn't sew your mouth shut. I need you for later.
Her finger toes are disgusting.
So there's
at least
all 8 of them. All 8 of her toes are gross.
Exactly. Yeah. She's very she is very masculine.
There's nothing more telling about her personality or lack of than the cast interviews when her fellow castmates were trying to distance themselves.
That's right.
Even when they're all seated next to one another, you could see they are like leaning away from her, kind of.
Was it Jeremy Renner? Was it Jeremy Renner who double taked and then slid his chair back really far and then just went into a special place and stared at the floor and never looked up again?
Yeah.
It's
that was it.
It's like
what is that? Some kind of personal defense mechanism?
I think it was because it's like each and every
Brie
one of them
Larson
has
was
this
like
look on their face saying, "God, I wish the purge was real." So
and when she tried to make things good with Jeremy Renner, I heard she bought him a new truck with a snowplow on it.
Exactly. Yeah. That's right.
It's all her fault. No, every bad thing's not Brie Larson's fault, and we hope. Honestly, I hope Jeremy Renner's okay. His TV show is all right.
Yeah. So anyway, it's quite frankly that the Marvels will have an even bigger a loser if even the highest projections. Oh, this is so ridiculous! I can't even read it. Even if the highest projections are true, Forbes reported back in the middle of September that the film's production budget is $274 million. So it's over.
Wow, it went up 14 million since I read about it last night. What's it going to be tomorrow?
However, the report also noted that the film received a $55 million tax subsidy from the United Kingdom, bringing the net cost down to around $219.8 million.
Right, but it's $299 million worth of fucking production.
It's still going to lose money after all that. It's still going to lose money.
But this went from just over $250 million to flirting with $500 million in just one tax break.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
Yep,
it is.
However, that is not.
This is the budget of fucking Ghana. This is the gross national product of some small countries.
However, it's not the final report regarding the Marvel's production spend from the United Kingdom's government. And it also does not include the post-production costs for the film. Thus, financial analyst Valiant Renegade predicted that the production was likely $300 million, if not more. Oh yeah, more than likely. Exactly. I wouldn't put it past him because he does do pretty good work. So even if you use Forbes's $219.8 million number, the film's break-even point is around $439.6 million, given the studio's split returns with theaters when it comes to the box office grosses. Wow.
And it makes that in the first 3 weekends before the share shifts in the theater owner's direction.
Mhm.
Exactly. Frick. Gap After Dark says maybe she does not douche, and that's why the cast wants to stay away from her.
Oh,
Maybe she didn't want the cast
Oh,
around her and
God.
she just stopped, right? She was like, how can I
Yeah,
get people to stay
yeah.
away from me?
Yep, Vince Womack and Don
Wow.
Cheadle totally pulled away from her. You know what?
Was it
I
Don
wouldn't
Cheadle?
blame him if
Whoever it
Stu was
was.
like, you know what, man?
I bet you.
I can just kill her right now and I can get off because hey.
If we could handle the time it took to watch those interviews to wait for her statement, because she's not always the first one to speak and stuff too. If we could watch it, like I'm willing to bet either like at different times in the same interview, one backed away, and then like Cheadle or Renner looked at the other guy and was like, he's right, and like pushed himself back too. And only Hemsworth was just like, I'm married to a woman. I don't have to take this shit. No one's going to say that I hate women. I have a daughter. And he was just like, maybe you should just calm down there, lady who looks like you have bad breath.
Oh, I know. However, if you use Renegades' $300 million number, the film needs to make around $750 million or more, given the low box office predictions from Box Office Pro. It's quite likely that this film will get another loser at the box office for the Walt Disney Company and Bob Iger and Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige. Of course it will.
You know what that means, everybody, right?
When is this movie slated for release?
Oh,
Does
this is next month, my friend.
November.
Early second week in November. November 11th,
You guys-
I believe it is.
It would be interesting to do like a live stream of Disney stock.
Yes, we should. Oh my God. Okay, who is
Yes.
looking out there? Everybody in the chat, everybody on Rumble, everybody on YouTube. Who would love to see on premiere day when Captain Marvel comes out? Because remember, we did it. What was it? A couple of weeks ago or something like that. We were looking at Warner Brothers and we looked at Disney, and we just saw that
And
number. Just whoop-de-doo.
While we were talking it down.
Yes,
Yep.
We can take credit for that.
The same way that I think it was me, guys, the same way that I turned Picard season 3 into a bad show for some people who started out liking it. I destroyed the Disney stock rally just by saying, like, oh my God, this garbage stock is rallying, and people like came to their senses.
Yep, we got one thumbs up.
That was last week when I had influence. Now I'm nobody.
Should we say S for stock? If we want to do S for stock, if you want to see a live stream of
I'm just imagining
stock watch before and after the Marvels come out, so we can see in real time what happens to Disney stock.
Can we bring back George W. Bush out of retirement to do the press conference for when Miss Marvel hits movie theater, the Marvels hits movie theaters? Yeah, my fellow Americans, this day brings terrible news. Early this morning, stocks were seen falling over Wall Street. Disney is gone. There are no survivors.
Exactly.
Aboard,
you know what we need? If
Michael
Iger.
S, yeah. You know what we need? If he was
press
still
out
around,
for the Disney's dignity.
If he was
Is
still
this
around, we
even going to
need
bother my movie
Ross.
tickets to make it look more like it's popular? Yes, they probably are. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
we need a Ross Perot with his charts and graphs. If he was still around.
Yes, exactly. So you see, this is what's happening right now. You know, we just got all this kind of money that's just taking and wasting away. So if we charge everybody out there like a penny, we can probably get all this money back. So
just remember, guys, the taller person has won every election since the invention of television.
Yeah, that's true. So to add even more perspective to this, a $75 million box opening weekend is less than Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings film, which is the sixth worst. Oh God!
You know what? It should be called Legend.
Cinematic Universe history.
Sorry, it should be called Legend of the Three Tries. I tried 3 times to finish that movie.
Yeah, I know.
I never watched it.
Oh, it was bad.
My brain was having like overload, like aqua scuttlebutter was in there, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and it's like this map is the key to everything, and it's like made of water, and he's looking at it, and I'm like, take out your cell phone, you fucking idiot. Its map is made of water. Like it's not that, you know, it doesn't
It
have the
started
structure.
out like a bad Jackie Chan movie and then ended up in the world of Pokemon. That's
It
basically
fell
what it is.
apart like a fucking whopper. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. The film had a $75.8 million gross in its opening weekend back in September 2021. The movie's only best Eternals, $71.2 million, Thor, $65.7 million, Captain America, The First Avenger, $65 million, Ant-Man, $57.2 million, and The Incredible Hulk at $55.4 million. And that's without factoring in inflation. If you factor in inflation, the only film it bests is Ant-Man, which would see its opening weekend gross clock at $74.3 million. So
now,
yeah.
even with those numbers, there's still, you can see the downward trend there from like 75 to 65 to 60 to 57 to, it just keeps going down and down and down.
Yep, it does.
One, I think it's burnout too. They're just not sticking to good scripts anymore. You know, like Eternals. I liked the Sentinels, and it was cool to see them. Besides that, I'm like, you know, like it's just...
Think about this for a minute. We have, since Batman '89 ramped up, we reached peak superhero as far as it was more than half around 1997. It's been most from 1997 till only about a couple of years ago. And I honestly think that it was like the 1, 2, 3 combination. It was like one hit to the body, one straight to the heart, and then like the uppercut to knock you out of like Quantum Mania, Love and Thunder. And if you think that that's bad, boom, Wakanda forever. And it's just like,
No. The only memorable ones for me is still Iron Man. The first Iron Man movie, Captain America. Those are still standouts. Those were peak Marvel because they've been going
Guardians of the
downhill.
Galaxy.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy was unexpected.
I think the most memorable one was the one with, who was it? The one where the guy in the suit does the thing. I'm trying to remember. Something
that narrows it down.
He has a power. He gets it because he's the guy in the suit does the thing. That's my favorite Marvel movie. It's coming out soon. It's the next big thing.
Wow, that narrows it down. Yes.
That would be a great, awesome, like troll comic, like Suit Guy. And it's like, if you don't stop, I'll do the thing. And it's like, no, don't do the thing. And it's like, thing. And it's like, all of a sudden, like something happens, and like people in the street will be like, it's the guy in the suit. He did the thing. Like, make
Rob
exactly
Liefeld does have Pouch Man. So, or Pouch Guy, Pouch Man, whatever it is.
Couch Man is pretty cool. That's me. I'm Couch
My
Man.
favorite comic book one had to have been with Heath Ledger, like The Dark Knight. I love that one.
Yes.
Like just
you know, it just doesn't approach the majesty of Cesar Romero's Joker, if you ask me. I'm sorry.
I like Cesar Romero.
but
I thought he was better personally, but for other reasons. But no, they're both brilliant. They're both brilliant.
Jack Nicholson still kills it.
Oh,
Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger.
Yep.
Mark Hamill. I throw Mark Hamill into that one.
Mark Hamill? Yeah, I'll throw in Mark
Nowadays,
Hamill.
I'm glad that they would do 10 Rings Mandarin movie that was speculated they were doing, but with Shang-Chi. Yeah, I know. That was like, God.
Once again, they stray from lore.
Exactly. So
now I'll say this about Shang-Chi. If you watch this as a separate film, it's not the worst film I've seen. I've seen a lot worse. But as for the lore, no, it was way off. Yeah.
If you knew it wasn't a Marvel movie,
it's a fun little film. If I can empty your head, you're like,
here comes the person I actually feel bad for.
Yeah, that means if the film comes
yes.
any lower than their high-end projection of $75 million for the opening weekend, the Marvels will indeed claim the worst opening weekend in Marvel Cinematic Universe history. As noted above, without adjusting for inflation, no film has had an opening weekend less than $55 million. It's in its entire history of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yes, I feel pretty bad for Iman Vellani.
She's not a bad actress. She does a good job, actually.
Yeah, for a teenager, for a young teenager, she's not too bad. I mean, the show could have been better. You know, it was more like a teeny bopper show, but I got really sick and tired of constantly hearing partition all the time in every episode, constantly talking about the partition between Afghanistan and India and all that kind of stuff all the time about partition. It's like, shut up already. We get it. Okay, whatever. God, but. Yeah, I mean, she does seem like she does have a bit of talent.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is not gonna look very
Yeah,
She's
favorable.
just
like,
getting
you can
slotted
only
in a bad
hope.
role.
For
and-
future roles.
You can only hope her career isn't.
This display is
Right.
not helping anybody, Missy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This display is not helping anybody, Missy.
They're going to give her a season 2. So whether or not that's actually going to happen,
I think it'll
I
go
don't
after
think
how
that
this movie
show
does
co-
first. So look at this film's
No,
rating, and
Yeah.
I
go
don't think
from
that
there.
show costs much. I think that they can afford. They have like the FU money for this low. But we're talking Miss Marvel, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The three things.
this one.
These are very strange set of circumstances. One, of all people, Heels versus Babyface as was like, it's not so bad out of all the Marvel shows I've watched, since it's not intended for me. It's actually, and maybe by mistake, he's like, you know what? You make a lot of material. He's like, it's not good. I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't aimed at me, but at no time was I offended, sickened, or annoyed. And he's like, and I think he pointed out that it was just looked like it was like a sustainable cost. So they may be able to just go forward with this. And I'm not saying that Miss Marvel's a good character, but maybe like a bunch of smaller, more personal, what if we had a show about an actual friendly neighborhood Spider-Man instead of this globe-trotting?
She wasn't developed for us, our generation. She's a newer
Right.
character for younger people.
They
And
also
I can see
changed
that,
her. They also changed her powers from the comic book because she does not have the same superpowers.
He didn't say she was great either. I want to be very. I want to
They
be
end
very.
up killing her off in the
that.
comics, but then they
He
brought her
just
back
said-
anyway.
Yeah, because now she's a mutant.
He
So,
triple contextualized this one. He also said that what do you call it? Like while it wasn't good and it wasn't made for him, it simply didn't bother him. He was like, he kept stressing that it wasn't too good. It's just less bad.
Yeah. Vince Womack. Now I have to look up what the early Captain America movies made. Red Brand and the other guy. Yeah, those were classic.
yeah.
Wait, that weird
Marvel.
1991 or 1981?
No.
Marvel Phase 1.
I think he was talking about maybe the old black and white one. Is that the one that he's talking about?
I'm not sure. Phase
Is there an old black and white Captain America?
Oh yeah, way back when, dude.
Now remember, kids, if your parents are smoking reefer or hanging out with communists, this
That's
is
right.
Miles' Little
You
Red
gotta turn
Book.
them
If you
in,
see
Steve.
it in your
Yeah, because
house,
they're
call
communists,
the
Steve.
FBI. This is J.
Exactly.
Edgar Hoover. Captain America.
Walk along with Reefer Madness someday.
One day, a man
You
as
know-
capable as myself, named Christopher Ray, will run this organization, and he'll be just as honest as I am.
Industrial military complex? Nah, there's no such thing. See? Nah. Looking at the box office.
That was the mafia. He said there's no mafia.
Looking at the box office pros total domestic predictions, if the film comes in on the low end at $121 million, it would be the worst performing MCU movie at the domestic box office without even factoring in for inflation. The Incredible Hulk currently holds that title with $134.8 million domestically without factoring in for inflation. The worst performing Marvel film when factoring for inflation is The Eternals, which is just so bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. The film's
Horrendously bad.
Oh yeah. The film's $164.8 million gross in 2021 now equates to $187.2 million in 2023. That means that
You
it is on the
say
high
Eternal,
end
and I
of the
say
Marvels
Infernal.
that will barely edge out the Eternals. Oh God,
Can we just rename them the Infernals? Absolutely.
yeah, the Infernals.
With the irrelevance, I mean, who the fuck cares?
Exactly. So, but yeah, it looks like the box office haul is not looking good for the Marvels. Yeah, no kidding. No
No
kidding.
crap. We knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? In an Orwellian way, I would just say it's looking double plus ungood for this piece of shit.
It is.
You know, I think
Really, it's not looking like it's gonna happen.
the more
Yeah.
I look at it, I can see the era of cinematic superheroes coming to an end, and we probably need to go to a different formula. Netflix did it with Jessica Jones, Luke Cage,
Yeah,
The
I think
Punisher,
we're thinking too
Daredevil.
small.
exactly.
Honestly, I think honestly a big cultural page has been turned, and that
Yeah.
we've beaten this to death so much, and it's become
We
so
have,
formulaic. And it, by the way, it didn't have to be this formulaic. That we're seeing what happened in earlier times, like Remember sci-fi burnout for a little while there before George Lucas came back for a few years. There were no sci-fi movies, and then for like what was it like for like 15 years until Silverado, no one made like a big budget western. So
it was a lot of political kind of action dramas and a few westerns here and there.
At the point that Bonanza stutters to a halt in 1970 after 20 something seasons on TV, and everyone was just sick to death of one western after another, and all these cop shows. Even though the cop show seems to be the most enduring. Don't ask me why.
Okay. Vince Womack just says, Captain America 1979 with.
By the way, on the touch of Marvel, has anybody heard about what's happening with Daredevil yet? They fired pretty much the whole writing staff.
I saw something about that, but I didn't read the article. It's amazing. It's like they are racing to the bottom.
Yep. They fired the entire writing staff because we need to reboot it again. It hasn't even started the rebooting.
This is what happens when you have. Yeah, this is what happens when you have no game plan. You have no idea where you're taking the franchise. You're just throwing stuff against the wall, see what sticks.
You can't move them to LA. That Walk of Shame and She-Hulk was stupid, and just
that. And after WandaVision, there's shows I just refuse to watch. I refuse to watch Falcon and Winter Soldier, whatever. I refuse to watch Secret Invasion. Whatever they put out there, Miss Marvel, I just won't watch them because they're not worth my time. I mean, I remember the comic book characters. I remember the storylines. What I remember from the comic books, I know I'm not going to see translated to either the big screen or the small screen. It just won't happen.
Not well. No.
Well, if you expect to see the loser from She-Hulk, I bet you get that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no one wants
I'll
it,
never
but what
see
do we expect?
She-Hulk, so I have no idea.
He was a fucking loser.
Yeah.
Totally, 100%.
See, I love the She-Hulk character. Don't get me wrong. In the comics, she's awesome, but
we didn't get a She-Hulk character in this show. It was different. It was more. It was it was Disney She-Hulk. The only way to put all those way things going.
She-Hulk,
the way everything's going sideways. Disney, Star Wars, Disney's She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Disney MC. It's like at some point Disney is going to have to start selling off some of these properties they have because their stock is going to go down. They're going to have to sell off things to stay afloat.
Fun, you say that. Can I give some news I found out this week? Disney might be buying into EA, Electronic Arts.
Why?
I don't know. They want to buy the whole rights to EA. Just like, by the way, as I was telling Mike earlier, the Activision Blizzard, any video gamers, it's officially through. Microsoft now officially owns Activision Blizzard and all that, which for $64 billion.
Wow.
It's official. It's done. After 2 years of fighting for it, even though they bought it, it's now official. As of today, it's done. So now they own it. So, yeah. But they want to buy EA, Disney. They're looking into buy EA Sports, all of that. I'm like,
I love how when the chips are down, but Robert Iger turns into me and he goes home and he's like when I have a bad day, it's like I turn on the computer and I go to the Amazon. I'm like, I want some new shoes and a fall coat. And he's like, I'm going to buy like 2 more companies I don't know how to run.
And I think at least I look at the clothes
I can't afford.
Yeah, at some point, Disney is going to conclude their Hulu deal, which I haven't kept up with at all.
I don't know about that. I got to be honest with you. You want to hear what I'm thinking? Honestly, with all the problems they're having right now, with the immediate need for cash, with the inability to close that deal, we would all be lucky if they just said, we're going to hive this off to a group of buyers because they have a few shows that people like, and we need another independent distributor that isn't just another tab on the Disney thing. Because they will bring everything that they will destroy it. They will destroy it. It's like the Star Trek people.
I know that. I don't understand it fully. I was reading it a few months back, and I just don't understand the Hulu deal. There are a number of articles I was going over like 2 or 3 months back where Disney was trying to come up with the cash to close the deal, and even back then they were like, "Oh, we need to sell something to bring up funds to buy out Comcast or some such thing." And then I haven't kept up with it
guys.
since.
Yes.
So, how we're doing things on a Friday to end everything off on a funny. It's time for
Oh.
cartoon time.
Cartoon time.
All right,
There we
and
go.
Cartoon
time to
time.
roll tape. Here we go. As soon as it loads.
Jeremiah Gutwald.
I am Jeremiah Gutwald.
Okay.
What is going on here?
Well, let me be the first to welcome you to Death City. Basically, you're here because you died, and it's our job to send you to your proper afterlife.
There must be some mistake. Jeremiah Gutwald does not die.
Well, according to this, you were killed by, not surprised to see this, my cousin, where apparently he made you explode. That is actually what it says on this piece of paper.
Check it again.
Okay. Yeah, you're still dead.
Check it again.
Still dead.
Check it again.
Still dead!
Check it again. You, yellow-eyed one, what is your name?
Death the Kid.
Well then, Death the Kid, prepare yourself to feel the pain.
What are you doing on this table right now?
Working.
This isn't work. Work is happiness. And you don't look too happy. Huh? What do you think?
Wow, that was really good. You know, except for the fact it was fucking terrible.
Citizens of Death City, we interrupt your dumb shit to bring you the President of the World.
Greetings, fellow citizens. Let me cut to the chase. Bad, naughty terrorists have stolen important documents containing classified information. I am trusting the good people of Death City to recover these documents with complete discretion. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to work on a plan to decrease the deficit and lower tax spending.
Well, since your president is unaware that this city is mainly a school for children, I guess I legally have to send you to battle terrorists. Thankfully, the only information we have on the possible terrorist locations are handwritten speculations by the president. In summation, most of you will be going to the Georgia O'Keeffe Museum.
Georgia O'Keeffe, that's the guy that did the Grease soundtrack, right?
The fuck is Grease?
You know what? New plan. Everyone is going to the museum except Sol and Kid. Kid, you get to try the Middle East.
Fuck!
And Sol, you'll be looking for, I can't believe this is listed here, Transylvania.
Goddamn Dracula.
Good luck with that, you two. I hope you die.
Hey, where are you right now?
Yeah, I'm just on the outskirts of town. It looks pretty scary over here. I'm just gonna take selfies of myself looking lost and confused and then say I couldn't find anything.
What else would selfies be of?
What?
Never mind. I will hand it to you, though. Your plan doesn't sound too bad. Egypt's in the Middle East, right?
No, it's just outside.
They got sand, though, right?
Yeah.
Well, then I'll just take a bunch of selfies around there.
Hey, I've been meaning to ask you, how are you getting such good reception on a plane? Do you have, like, some crazy international plan?
No, I'm riding on a hovering skateboard right now.
That is incredibly stupid.
Yeah?
Psst. What the hell was that? Psst. Hello?
What's going on over there?
You want to see something cool?
Okay.
Hello? Asshole. Egypt. Home of the, sand. Now, where to take this bitch?
I sense a presence approaching.
What the hell?
Who are you?
It is I! Me!
What?
What?
Wait. I recognize you. You are the son of the Grim Reaper. Once I am finished with these two, you shall join me.
Oh, I get what's going on here. Nah, thanks, buddy. I'm not into rape culture. I feel like it's too forced.
What?
What?
Hey, want to see something cool?
Huh. Okay. Sweet!
You're holding them wrong.
What?
You're holding them wrong.
What are you talking about?
The guns. You're holding the guns wrong.
What? No, I'm not.
They're upside down.
They came this way.
Okay, so flip them over.
No, that's not right.
Yes, it is.
You're like 9,000 years old. Guns are before your time. Let me handle this, okay? I think I know what I'm doing.
You have no idea what you're doing.
Yes, I do.
Okay, then shoot me.
What?
Shoot me. Go ahead, shoot me.
All right, I'll do it. Don't tempt me.
Yeah, do it. No, I don't care. Do it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna do it. Am I doing it? I'm not doing it. There's a problem here.
Oh, here, let me help you with that.
Oh, that didn't help at all.
You come in here, you threaten me, you waste my time, and now I will eat your soul.
Ride a bike, you 9,000-year-old dick handler.
What is that? What is that? Is that your phone? I don't believe this. Are you even listening to me right now? No? Having fun on your phone? Okay, you have fun. You freaking kids today. Could have been a lawyer.
Well, shit. Listen, I gotta go. So why don't we just wrap this up here and be done with it?
Why were you even here in the first place?
I'm just here to take a selfie of me looking for the president's documents.
You know about the documents? How much do you know?
How much do you know?
Have we been compromised again? Did the president send you?
Wait, it's you! You're the one I'm supposed to be looking for!
What's going on?
Enough talk! Let's do this!
3 minutes later.
Wow, that was really epic. So, are you there?
I'm busy.
I just killed somebody!
Dude, that's sick!
Yeah, I found the terrorist! Me too! Really? Did you get her?
No, we'll get to that.
Ah, take your time. We got all day, right? Oh, which reminds me. I might be a little late for school tomorrow. Just let the teacher know, okay?
So where's kid?
Who?
I'm here! Sorry I'm late. I'm here.
To the principal's office now!
Fuck. What are you worried about? Your dad is the principal. You're in the clear.
No, it's never good. Hey, Dad. I'd like to introduce you to my new two best friends. Huh. They are guns.
Son, are you trying to kill me?
To be honest, I thought you were always dead.
Because I am going to have a goddamn heart attack!
Again, I really don't see how that would work.
You know what that is?
I don't know, isn't it that dangaramba thing?
That is a hole in the time-space continuum. Son, who was the last one to use this room?
Oh, God. Dad, look, it was my first day on the job, my first time even in this room. I don't know how to reap souls. All I did was push some buttons.
How is that possible? How is that possible? There are no buttons in here!
Well, that sucks because I hit them.
Well, great. I don't know how to fix this. And when I woke up this morning and tried to call the only man that could, I found out he was shot in the face. Do you know who shot him in the face?
Bullshit! He knew about the president's documents!
You mean the manual on how to fix this place?
Wow. What are the odds?
How did none of you manage to recover any of the documents?
Well, for starters, you sent 2 of us after 3 terrorists.
Well, that's not entirely true.
Now then, let's get started, shall we?
Yellow caution tape. Forget it. He's too powerful.
Put on your good shoes. We will now dance the deadly dance of death.
Yeah, that didn't work out either.
Answer your phone, bitch. I need some talking.
I figured out how to change my ringtone. Hello?
Hey, are you with your dad right now?
Yeah, why?
Tell him the president wants me to give him his documents.
Wait, seriously?
How did you get them? The same way I got crabs! Booyah!
One thing's still bugging me, though.
What?
If he wasn't the lead terrorist guy, who was?
Sir, we did everything you said. We turned on the machine, but I'm afraid nothing happened. That's where you're wrong. Jeremiah Goodwald once again walks this earth. Find him. Diabetes!
You want me to kill who? You heard me, fool! You must find Lelouch v. Britannia! I don't know. That sounds like someone I'd want to party with. Not in this lifetime, you won't. Because you're going to shoot him. Diabetes!
Okay.
Diabetes.
I have no idea what I just watched.
No, you don't. And it's better that way. It's just more fun.
Exactly.
Well, that was a thing.
The
I don't know what it was, but it was a thing.
Exactly. Well, hopefully you get a good laugh. So,
wait, did we freeze Teague's brain? Are you okay?
No, I actually like. What can you add to that?
I don't know. The people jumping off the roof, though, were the current staff of Disney after they realized the horrible mistake that they made of putting out the Marvels movie. So,
but you know they're never going to realize
the thing is, like, not all of my jokes fly because, like, it's like when something seems like it doesn't work or like it needs a joke, I'll try my best to throw a joke out there. But this was just taking care of itself beautifully. Like, you know,
there you go,
when your joke is basically telling itself by the people who wrote this seriously and expected us to buy it, do nothing. Just let that joke unfold. I want to thank the people who think that was a good idea.
Exactly. Yep. That's why you don't pick your.
Where's Guatemalan Rooster been? And where's Disney Sheepherder been? I haven't seen either of them in forever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's right, Cap. That's why we just end the Friday off, end the week off on a funny note. That's why we got to do it. So, you know, because life's too serious.
Even if it's completely bewildering, because I still can't wrap my mind around what we just watched.
Hey, it's still more entertaining than Captain Marvel.
Exactly.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, we see next week. So that's all I got to say for that.
Oh goodness.
It's also it's better than The Last Jedi as well. But I mean,
exactly. Oh, anything.
That's a pretty low bar.
Could you imagine that? Could you imagine if there's like some kind of destructive conflict in like 100 years from now? It's like we have 3 pieces of media from the 20th century: Wrath of Khan, Captain Marvel, and what was the other movie we were talking about? And Flashpoint.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. We have Raiders of the Lost Ark and Dial of Destiny. The ancient Americans had no value for the old people. They hated them. Apparently, everyone became a broken down alcoholic as they aged. As you can see here, as we meet Indiana Jones in the trailer, he's already drinking booze to get out of bed, and they're introducing him with sympathy for the devil. They're not even kidding around here, people.
Now the people will know we were here.
It means the
Could you imagine that double feature though? Like honestly, like Inner Light from Star Trek: The Next Generation. We're all familiar, right? Like Captain Picard lived someone else's life because the probe hits him. Imagine if Inner Light, like we built the probe and it was just like, woo, and he dreams like Captain Marvel, and the other movie he dreams is like, I don't know, Flash, and he wakes up and he's like, I don't know, we must go to this planet and destroy. Oh wait, they're already gone. I understand why this race didn't prosper.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, to fair note, on a brighter note, I hear there's going to be season 11 to Red Dwarf now.
Ooh,
that's pretty cool. Oh, wait, I just made it worse. How about this? The Captain Marvel Last Jedi Film Fest.
There we go.
We show both movies at the same time next to each other, and we play both soundtracks at the same time because it doesn't fucking matter. Just get it over with, theater.
Okay, so before we land this plane, because there's been enough insanity going on today.
You're going to take this thing to Cuba.
I am. Yes, I am. We're going to be doing live in Cuba. So the communist Cuba, the good part of Cuba. Teague, is there something you wanted to share about what was going on in New York? Or what was?
Oh my God! Yeah, listen, I don't know. Yeah, me and Mike talked about this.
Yes,
guys, like the last thing you want to do is get too upset or get the wrong impression about places we don't live or things that you hear in the fake media. I'm very familiar with Times Square. I've lived here all my life. I remember that day in first grade when my parents took me to see Revenge of the Sith in New York City. I know New York City very well. And let's just say Times Square was unremarkably filled. It was actually conspicuously somewhat empty while they spoke pure panic on the news. While I can't speak to what's happened since I turned that off right before I got on here and what's going to happen tonight, it might just be, I don't think people in New York have a lot of empathy for what we saw. And I don't think anyone who going out there is going to see anything but a 5 times larger counter protest or briskly being ignored because, nobody here wants to hear it. Nobody here wants it. There's very little empathy for what we saw around. People trying to justify this or saying that there's a reason that any of these things were done are getting short shrift in this town. Please don't believe what the fake media tells you about my home.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anything. I haven't watched the news today, so.
Oh, they were in front of a bunch of those bicycle gates, and they're all completely empty. And they're like thronging protests. It's like, then show it.
Ah,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Total
Well, let's
bullshit.
put it this way. This channel, or at least I can only speak for me, I will stand with Israel. Does it mean that I agree with everything that maybe Israel is doing? No, because you know what? There are good people, there are bad people out there. It doesn't matter what nationality they are, or what ethnic background they are, or anything like that. You know what? I'll stand with the nation of Israel. Do I agree with everything that maybe their government does? No. Do I agree with everything that...
Hold on.
I just want to make it perfectly clear, because like I just said, there are good people, there are bad people, right? And I'm not saying that Israel's doing anything wrong, because they are defending themselves, okay? But I'm just saying that God, you know what? I totally screwed up exactly what I was going to say. I just want to say I stand with Israel.
There you
and
everything
there
just
we go.
shut down for a sec. I was like, what the heck
That's
happened?
weird. But yeah, and I don't condone this invasion that's going on by Hamas whatsoever. Bad guys. Should not be doing that, banging into or bursting into people's homes and doing what they have been doing that's not being reported by the news and stuff like that.
Actually, can I ask something of Teague? Actually, quickly, I everything cut out there for a sec. That's why. In New York, was there a group of Muslims protesting downtown? I seen a video of it on TikTok, like saying that the whole world should be Muslim and no other religion should exist.
All right, remembering that 30 million people can drive to New York in under an hour, there probably was. How many of them there were?
There was a
I
lot.
don't know.
Whoa. But there was same in
Were
Toronto.
there?
I don't know if Mike heard about that. Down in the 401, there was a bunch of them lined up
Oh, yeah.
against the 401 looking down, and that they said the police are in higher alert in downtown Toronto right now because of that.
You know what?
Same thing happened in Calgary,
Beware
too,
of
a little bit.
beware of deceptively filmed videos. See how
Yeah,
much
exactly,
they show the
yeah.
crowd.
Exactly.
Do they pan the crowd and stuff like that? And while there are more than enough people who could show up in New York to have a robust protest on behalf of, like, say, Palestinians, I don't think this week, and I don't think the average New York person from Palestine feels sympathy towards what we saw. And I didn't mean to interrupt Mike, but when it was a phraseology when you said I stand with Nation of Israel, that's Louis Farrakhan.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I've met some amazing Muslims
Oh,
that are
crap.
not against this stuff. They're against
Yeah,
all
that's
this stuff.
no. Listen, I live across the street from the mosque. They're very peaceful people, and they
Yeah,
look
exactly.
very sad, but they
Yes.
don't look angry and hateful. And like they were like, whatever. Like I hope the name of the mosque is like Love Peace America Mosque or something close like
Exactly.
that. It's like the Love American Style Mosque is like they're all nice.
Yes.
No one's ever been a dick to
exactly.
people there.
That doesn't mean that they're that doesn't mean that every Muslim is a bad
extremists.
person.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That doesn't, because like I said,
Or an
good people, there are
extremist.
bad
I'm going to
people.
buy alcohol
That's
from
right.
a Muslim after the show.
Let's just put it this way: if somebody's coming after you with ill intent, defend yourself. Simple
Yeah.
as that. Simple as that. Okay. Don't suspect that everybody that you see walking in the street is a potential axe murderer. Okay. If they have
Unless
an
you see
actual
me.
axe,
Unless you
fine.
see me.
So exactly. So Admiral Teague, what do you got to pitch, my friend?
Hi, everybody. It's your buddy, Admiral Teague. I'm going to throw my link in the chat. I'll be on in a little while. I think I'm going to come on about 5:30 today. I don't really have a plan. I am like either the most successful person this week or the biggest failure this week. I could choose to see this as an unqualified win. It's a little shocking to go up like 250 subs and then come down like 150.
Yeah.
But they've been restoring them little by little. Either YouTube is saying that 3/4 of everyone are bots, or they were doing some salary control. It's a shame. You know what I realized? Doesn't matter. Nobody cares. I'm going to go on there and I will take the 75 sub night. I think anybody would. I don't think that's a bad night for any show. And I will continue to have 6,000 viewer hours. I'll continue to have 4,000 viewer hours. I will continue to have 6.7 thousand visits a month. I'm going to continue to go forward. And things will be fun. Check me out later on. And on Thursdays, we do Yellowstone. This week, I forgot a little to promote that, so it didn't do so great. Or people know the episodes and they're waiting for like a really good one. But this week was This was a good Yellowstone. We had boobs and everything, guys.
Nice. I know. It was good. Pop Culture Republic, anything you got planned?
Oh, more live streams. Now that I've got a decent desktop, I'm going to do a good review on ISOM #1. I just finished that book, and it's really nice. I quite enjoyed it.
I'm disappointed in you because we think of Val to be racist no matter what. I mean, could you find a few bad things to say about it? Maybe it was stapled together poorly at the factory, you know? I'm kidding, of course, right? It's like, my God, we like ISOM. Holy smoke. I mean, maybe because it's
great
good.
book. Yes.
I haven't heard anyone say anything bad about it except people who are just angry about other things. They put other things before they talked about anything about the comic.
Huh. Yeah, I'm wanting to see more
What
of
was
it.
just like, you are this and that, and I hate your comic. I never heard like this comic outright sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
No one's able to
it's all good. I mean, I haven't heard anything bad about it either, except for maybe people just upset at Eric July for being successful. I mean, gee, you go out, you put your effort into it, you achieve a goal, you become successful.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like the Speaker of the House. Oh wait, maybe that might be a bad example. But yeah, no, I mean, like Eric July is getting sued by someone who's like says they own ISOM, but just intellectual property law doesn't work that way. They had ISOM as like a business entity or some sort of charity. His ISOM is like a character. So even though they're just trying to tie him up, and he might have to give them some money. Too bad. Too bad.
We'll find out.
It's
Foggy Brains.
Yeah, sorry I got booed out there. I think they were listening to what we were saying. They cut me out. I took like 20 times to get back in. The internet is watching. Yes, exactly. So yeah, what was everybody talking? I don't want to talk over anybody yet.
We're just discussing what everybody's going on, and Pop Culture Republic got ISOM, and he's going to be reviewing that. And what do you got planned?
Like I said, I'm right after now. I'm going to go film. It's about to rain, so I'm going to try to film quick. I'm going to do some TikToks and the Friday the 13th. Don't forget, it's today. So enjoy yourselves. This has been an awesome show. You guys are awesome. And yes, Bob, you weren't here at the beginning. And I did tell them, well, the Robin Hood thing crashed. Don't watch it. Ahsoka was season 5 of Rebels. That's what my buddy said it, and I agree with him. That's what it was. It was season 5 of Rebels.
Oh, I was on Raquel
I love you, but
channel
please.
with API last night.
Okay, before we open up another can of worms.
I know.
I loved your review. I mostly lurked for that. I made like 2 observations. It's like, that doesn't look like Star Wars, and I'm like, this image doesn't look like Star Wars either. But I mostly just kept my mouth shut.
The Saiyan outfit.
I felt bad for you guys trying to cobble sense out of that. What was that like, trying to nail that jello to the wall?
Don't know. But anyway, I want to thank everybody that was here in the chat today, because I really appreciate all of you guys. And if you can go ahead and hit that like button, hit subscribe, and
like and subscribe to this gentleman. Yes.
And hit the notification bell as well. It would really help. I want to thank Vince Womack that was here. I want to say hi to Sci-Fi Mombi that was also here as well. Wendy Trauma Warrior, who was scrubbing up for surgery, and I hope that everything went well in the surgery room.
Thank you, everything, Wendy. You do, so.
Gap After Dark was here as well. So thank you very much, Gap After Dark. Really appreciated my dude. And Cap Infinity was here as well. And who else we had? We had Killer Rabbit from Space.
That's right.
Snail Messiah.
And John Randall coming in at the end.
Oh, and John Randall just coming in at the end. Oh my God.
John, grab a quick bowl of pasta, and I'll meet you over at my channel in like 20 minutes.
There you go. John falls from an airplane into the chat with a boom. There we go.
Boom.
Jeez. Always.
I hope you pulling a Peg Hill.
Yeah. I think I broke my tuchus. So, yeah, you probably did.
Oh, boy.
Like a volt. So, anyway, guys.
Back in your schmeckle.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, my schminky. So, thank you guys for joining. And yes, and of course, YouTube, Vince Womack, because you were here first. So, cheerio, guys and bells. You have a very relaxing weekend. Tomorrow, I might be hopefully broadcasting from the Car Series Calgary Comic Con. So, if I was going to ask you if you wanted to do Flags of Our Fathers tomorrow. Oh well, yeah, I might, but we'll see how that goes.
What
So
time
I
will you
might
be broadcasting, if you don't mind me asking? What time? will that be?
I'll try to broadcast at 10 o'clock my time in the morning, which is
About noon
Mountain, so that would be noon Eastern,
I'll try to check it
1
out.
o'clock Atlantic, 9 o'clock in the morning Pacific. Hopefully, I will be able to broadcast. I'm going to have to steal my daughter's laptop. So, like a
let's
good
talk
father.
about how we can make sure I don't overstream you, and maybe we could get together.
Okay, maybe. So to everybody out there in the chat, come on back for Titillating Tuesdays, and yeah, we'll go over the Eric July thing as well. And please hit the like button and hit the bell and hit the Rumble button to subscribe on Rumble. Thank
Yes,
you,
John
everybody
Rendell.
that has been there. We greatly appreciate you, and we will see you soon.
Later, all.
Him. There's no one left but me and him. When next we meet in Frankenstone, don't come alone.